intro video to our project.
And I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jess. Okay, so this is what we did. This is a CSI Bowling Green corn scene investigation. We worked with the Wood County OSU Extension, which specializes in ergonomic crop production, soil quality, cover crops. We worked on this from September to October, every Tuesday for about 3 hours, sometimes Thursdays because of schedule issues, but we worked that out. Okay, so what we did, we worked with Alan Sundermeyer, and then we went out to cornfields, agricultural fields, and collected data, and then we did some tests. Some of them we had to send away to a lab, but some of them we did ourselves. And then we made a PowerPoint and analyzed the data for Alan, and then he would use this to present to other farmers around the country. County. So some of the data that we collected were soil samples, gas samples, which is what the gas samples is what we're taking a picture of there. Jessica is pouring water into this piece of PVC to make an airtight seal, and then we leave it there, or we take a sample and then we leave it there for 30 minutes, and then take another sample and we put it into the little glass tube or bottle. We also tested for bulk density and water infiltration, and we had a little side project for a yield per acre where Alan gave us 5 years of corn for each, and yeah. So when he gave us these ears of corn, we took them back, and I let mine sit there for like probably a month, whatever. So I went to go and actually do the assignment, and then I saw that there was a caterpillar that had been staying in that piece of corn the whole time I had it, and it had literally like eaten a tunnel through my corn. So that was just a fun little thing. Okay, so here's some graphs of what we had. We have the first graph is the calcium summary, which is how much calcium we found in the plants. There were 3 different types of plants and 3 different farming methods. So we have beans,
Corn and spelt.
yeah, corn and spelt, and the 3 methods of farming were integrated, which was a mixture of traditional farming methods and organic, and then just traditional farming methods, and then organic farming methods. And then on the right you have the pH summary for that.
There's a few more. Very similar, the magnesium summary from the soil. And the other one is from our gas samples that we took. And we looked for a lot of other gases, but CO2 was the only gas that was really significant, that showed up significant. And most of it was like 0 or 0.001. Whatever. All the data that we have from here, we calculated using a website called AgStats. And pretty much it's just filling in information, and it shows us the significance of the differences. That was most of the information that we put in our PowerPoint for Alan.
So in conclusion,
conclusion, some data that we found, that most of the organic farming method had the most nutrients in the plants, especially for corn and spelt. And the conventional farming, or the conventional method, had the most nutrients for beans, which is good because organic farming is healthier. There's not as much chemicals, but we don't do it a lot because it's the most expensive.
And we have an activity, which
Shearer and Nikki are going to pass out an activity for you. We need you to get in pairs. Basically what we're going to have you do is do your own soil sample extraction. So we have like little cups of crumbled up brownies with...
Do you want me to?
well, yeah, the brownies, the cups of brownies are the ones that go out. And then if you want, you can take the little trays and take one.
I think we're in partners, so.
Yeah, partnered. Okay, yeah, get partnered because you'll do this together. Basically what we're going to have you do is take your straw.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Okay, so we want you to take your straw and put it into your soil sample, which is brownies, and take it out, and then there's going to be some different colored sprinkles, and those represent the nutrients that you would find. If the straws don't work, we gave you forks also. You can use that. And another thing, don't eat the brownies, because we made them for the first presentation, so they've been sitting around for a really long time.
Do we have it up there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah.
You can open them and then you can eat those. You can eat those. The store-bought brownies are ones that you can eat. Yeah.
It's like take one test.
Yeah, those are
So, how many cups they have? Okay.
Dr. Bird, you want to do it?
Okay.
We have more cups. We have more brownie cups if someone needs them. More brownie cups.
Or soil extraction.
I know we're on the other side. They have the cupcakes right there.
Oh, I guess I did. Okay, I got it.
As you're taking your soil samples, you'll notice that there are different colored sprinkles, and those sprinkles are supposed to represent different elements. So, are you guys kind of noticing some colors appearing more than others? Then you can see that there's a lot of calcium in the soil. We chose to use straw splits activity because it's kind of a similar shape to what we actually use. It's kind of like this giant metal pogo stick, and you have to shove it in the ground like 6 inches, and then you get a bunch of dirt out of it. Okay, is everybody ready? We're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, so some things that we're taking out of this, that science is a lot more fun when you get to do hands-on things and you're involved in your learning. Interactive activities such as this can be used on smaller scale with students. And I also learned a lot about agriculture. I am not from a farming town, so I really had no experience with before this. And a little bit about caterpillars and their ability to live in corn.
I learned that collecting data takes a lot of time and effort. It took us a really long time to collect all of our soil samples, which was the main part of the practicum. There isn't always a team to collect data quickly and efficiently. It was just Jessica, Alan, and me out there. And usually Alan just does it by himself, so I can't imagine why. I felt as though I was doing some meaningful work because Alan is going to be presenting it to the other farmers. And I felt like I was experiencing real science and real life application.
And then a little background, we have a second video to close it up.
That's really true.
This video is filmed by us personally. When we would go and collect the data samples, the fields are really big, so we would ride in the back of his pickup truck. So that's what this is.
Oh, there.
Make him awake downstairs.
For all of our presenters today. Next one. One thing that came to my mind, I just want to tell you about, my wife did some QR code things with her class. She's a middle school math teacher. And our school had an open house 2 weeks ago. And she had her students in her math class, her 6th and 7th graders, I believe it was. It was 6th graders. They created, they were given a $100 budget to create party foods for the Super Bowl. And they had to spend their budget. And then each group had to have a theme for their food. And their job was to create a video about how they would most creatively spend their $100. And each one of them made a video. They put them up on YouTube. And then she posted them in the hallway of the school with a QR code for each one of them. The students were there, and so when they came up, you could look at their proposal, and then the parents could pick up either an iPad or use an iDevice and shoot that QR code, pull up the video, and watch the videos for each one of them they were interested in, and then vote on them. And it was really cool. It was a math activity that really brought all that technology together. So I always think about things like that when you guys are presenting, these clever ways that these kind of things can be infused in the classroom. So nice job. Looking forward to our last round next month. Meanwhile, I will see you all next Tuesday at our spring seminar. Have a great week.